Hey guys, welcome back to Brothers Off Script. I'm Jerry.
I'm Ryan.
And today we want to talk about outcomes and the point. In everything in life, there is a goal that we're trying to get to, and there's a process that we're trying to get to. And we want to talk about sometimes we screw that up.
We get lost in the process. We get sucked into the wormhole of being the best at getting ready. It's very easy, I think. There's people out there in the world right now called preppers. I am not one, but I do subscribe to some of the ideals of preparation, and that would be have a plan for every eventuality, and that says that there will eventually be zombies. So
Something bad's gonna happen.
based on my knowledge of zombies, I know carry a sharp pointy stick and stay off the main roads and
Cardio, I think, wasn't
have
it?
at least something people don't bring with them a lot, a can opener. Pack a can opener.
Those are the rules of Zombieland.
I don't know.
That was a
You
great-
always double tap something like that, but that's not the point. The point is that someone out there in the world really believes that a zombie is going to come, and they spend days drilling, and they've got all their bags ready. Depending on whatever situation happens, they're ready to go, or they've got a bunker, or they've got this, that, and the other, and all of it is preparation for something. Now that can apply to regular in quotes life. When, let's say, you want to go to the gym this year.
Sure.
You're going to go work out. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get on the internet. You're going to look up YouTube videos. You're going to see all the best techniques on how to work out. You're going to figure out that if you roll your arm this way, or you stretch that way, or you
did that yesterday.
You make sure that you've got the right kind of protein drinks in your fridge, and you got the shaker, and you got everything ready to go. And then, oh wait, it's Monday. Snooze button, right? That's you prepped really hard for something you never did.
And what was the outcome that you wanted? You wanted to go to the gym.
Well, you wanted to
You
see
wanted
the
to be healthy.
results.
Yeah, you
of
wanted to be
gym.
healthier.
So the point of the point was getting to the gym is getting to the gym. Whether you are successful, maybe the gym, like in our case, we've been doing it for a little while now, the gym doesn't necessarily equal results right away. Strength and conditioning are great things to have. You should be strong just in case the zombies will show up, or just in case your car breaks down. Maybe you didn't plan for your car breaking down because you just think AAA is going to show up no matter what. But when it doesn't happen, were you prepared? Were you prepared for the possible eventuality that you might be stuck on your own somewhere, and you have to figure out how to fix the problem? You might not have fixed that problem before, but having the wherewithal to attack a problem more so than just think about how you're going to deal with the problem once it arrives is, I think, the point of preparation. It's doing something
With the outcome in mind.
applied
Yeah. That actually is going to get applied.
to multiple different things. So the most valuable educational things that we can learn nowadays is, it's not math in more cases than one. It's not history. It's things like leverage, learning what a lever is and how to apply it. Maybe your car is on a hill and you need to get it out of the hill, or you need to get out of a hole, or whatever the case may be. If you've got applied knowledge, or knowledge that you can apply, you've prepared for the point, the eventuality, when things go wrong, and you then can figure out the difference. I have figured out a lot of things in my life based on past experiences. I did it this time, and now it works on the next one. And a lot of that has to do with computers and stuff like that. And I've figured out some of those things on my own. But
that's not necessarily like, we were talking earlier, like when it comes to the education part, like no one cares, really. No one cares. What color Columbus's shirt was, or what year he sailed in. It doesn't really matter. It certainly is taught, right? And it's a big deal because in 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But so what?
the most educational thing that I could recite off the top of my head, which I don't even think I can because it's been a while, but it was, and still is for my wife, the Big Bang Theory intro theme song. They've got that whole thing about the Big Bang and how the pyramids were built and all that inclusive. The song is very catchy, and it's got a lot of factoids in it that are interesting, but do they apply to today?
I don't think they do. I certainly think, like, if you wanted to teach your kids that, this is how you think the universe happened, and this is where things are in the universe, you give them a sense of scale. Okay. If you want to teach a value, a moral value, or if you want to teach a principle, and you're trying to tell a story. I mean, we're a culture of storytellers. We tell stories. I tell my kids that if they run outside and they don't have mom and dad with them, they might get snatched by a bad man. Right? That's a story. It hasn't happened yet. Right? But the point is, I don't want my kids to get swiped by a creeper. So I tell them a story.
Can instill fear.
Heck yeah, I'm instilling fear. I'm working on it every day, to get them. And then, I get them in karate, and, when they're 12 or 13, and we'll teach them how to shoot. But I think that the outcome is, sometimes it just feels like we get so lost. To your point, I really like what you said, being the best at getting ready. We're like, I'm going to do this marathon. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to get healthier. But we don't really have, we're not matching our process to our goal, and we're so worried about the process, we're not worried about the goal.
Yeah.
I was telling you, Joe Rogan has this comment about, people who do martial arts and are never going to get in a fight, right? But they're like, I do it for fitness. I do it for my fitness. You're like, well, is that the best way to get fit? Is that the best way to be healthy?
It's entirely possible, but at the same time, maybe there's a more effective measure of a person's fitness than how high they can kick their feet off the ground at a standing point, or whether or not they can do the splits. I personally don't believe that the splits straight jab punch is an effective fighting technique. I think it takes way too long to get down to the floor.
Or if you're Jean-Claude Van Johnson, you may learn that the splits is no longer a valid fighting technique because now people fight in groups of more than one.
Did you just watch episode?
I did. It was really funny. Here's another one. Like, we're going to clean the house. All right? We're going to clean the house this weekend. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this stuff out of the house. And we're going to clean the house is what we say is our goal. And we have a process, which is we're cleaning stuff down. We're moving things downstairs. We're moving things out. Where does it all end up? It all ends up in the garage. Is the house clean? If all the crap from your house is in the garage? The answer is no.
Everything goes on.
No, the house is not clean.
But your preparation.
The crap has just moved. You've done part of the work, but you haven't finished the work.
But the preparation for total cleanliness is to assess your starting point. I think that that's something that I do in a typical situation. I clean my garage on a biannual basis, I would say, at this point. I'm pretty much take everything into the driveway and then put it back where it actually belongs, because I start out really nice and neat. I've got all my sockets and they've got all their little spots, and then I use them in 3 or 4 different places. I hang a TV or something like that, or fix a nut or bolt or whatever, and then that socket stays on the wrench, and the wrench goes in a different spot, and now I've officially lost the socket. My preparation, having a place to put something, like you were looking into the lean stuff, and you were like,
the foam.
I'm gonna get the foam,
the Kaizen foam.
I'm gonna do the inlays. I'm
gonna put my tools in there,
and there's gonna be little nests for all my little tools, and they're gonna sleep well at night. Tools don't care where they are. They could be in a big pile. They could be really nice and neat in the foam. It looks great. It takes about 40 hours of preparation. And at the end of it, you needed a screwdriver. You opened a drawer. You took out a screwdriver. What's the difference between that level of preparation and the outcome of needing a screwdriver? 40 hours.
Yep.
And that is not acceptable for the average person. Now, there's the quote-unquote way overused term of OCD. There are people out there who all the time say, like, you'll find the messiest person in the world.
Wait, hang on. It's my OCD.
This is my OCD.
Oh, I gotta turn this. No, this is my OCD.
Be offended. Be offended. We've talked about this before. Be offended. If you've watched to this point of the video, be offended. OCD, real people, real obsessive compulsive.
It's a real big deal.
They got problems. If you can't turn off a light switch 40 times before you can get into bed without taking your socks off or whatever, lining some stuff up, if it's crazy, real crazy, and it happens to some people, and I feel bad for these people. But me personally, I am not OCD. I am compulsive with random things.
Which is like we make it an excuse, right? We're like, oh, what we're really saying is that something bothers us and we've got to fix it, right? And we're using that. It's like the word people saying the word retarded for everything. Or when we were growing up in high school, people would say, "Oh, that's gay, that's gay, that's gay, that's gay." Using these things, using these terms, right? Because they don't really mean. I mean, that's obviously this is a tangent.
The term doesn't mean the term, but it's not the same thing as saying like it's my inability to complete the action that I set out to do because of X factor. It's an excuse.
It is an excuse. Yeah.
I would love to move the studio over here this weekend and help you clean out some space in your garage so you can fill it up with your junk. That would be awesome, right? Right? But there's preparation that I need to do before we ever get there. We've been talking about this for weeks. Moving the studio back to my place. It's going to take some time. Preparation. The point, however, is to move the studio. So if I could perhaps move the studio and then work around it, maybe that would be the motivating factor. Maybe you just need to get out of bed in the morning
and go to the gym.
Yep. As we do. You need to get your goal to be your goal as opposed to getting the thing, the best workout clothes. I don't know how many people I see walking on the treadmill at the gym every morning wearing the nicest Nikes and the
Lululemon and Nike and Under Armour.
You're wearing $200 worth of clothes to do a $10 workout. You are wasting your time,
Yep.
and I have to look at you wasting your time. I'm not saying that I'm some epitome of fitness now because I've gone to the gym a couple of weeks in a row. I'm saying that I'm making the effort, and when I'm stuck, I'm literally stuck in the gym because I'm not going to be in the gym because I don't want to look at you. I'm in the gym because I want to improve me. And so
Right.
my preparation was, hey, I'm giving myself this goal, be it January 1, February 1st, the 10th of May, it doesn't matter. I gave myself a goal and a deadline, and that's what I'm going to stick to achieve the point, to get fit, to be better than I am now. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to go out for a test and you need to study these facts to pass the SAT, they've got them on there. Sure, maybe that gets you the better job, maybe that gets you into the career you need to be in. What's the point? Make more money? Lots of ways to do that. Maybe you didn't need to waste $60,000 on a liberal arts education when you were going to go into business management to begin with. Maybe you should have gone out and got a technical career or something like that, because there's lots of HVAC installers making $60,000 a year. You know, there's the point of money, so many ways to do it. Lots of side roads.
Yep.
The point of being fit, get to the gym. Do push-ups every morning before you get out of bed.
Don't eat a bunch of pizza.
Don't eat pizza. Save yourself a workout. Don't eat the pizza. If you want something, you can get it.
And you don't want to worship the process, right? You don't want to worship the process of getting ready to go on a camping trip with your kids. Just go on the camping trip.
What was it? We're going to get up at 5 a.m.
For sure.
And we're going to go, and at 9:30 a.m. we
haven't gotten up yet.
The dishes needed to be done before we left, so we didn't have a stinky dishwasher by the time we came back.
And so we blow up, the emotions blow up, the trip blows up because we aren't on the schedule. The schedule wasn't the thing. The schedule's not the thing.
The point was to get out.
The point was to go spend time with the family, right? The point of the gym is not to, have the best clothes at the gym. The point of the gym is to be at the gym, right? You can't say, well, I've actually heard people say, well, yeah, I'm gonna start going to the gym. I've got to buy some new tennis shoes though. I've got to buy some new tennis shoes. Yeah, that's what I've got to do.
Hey,
You're wearing tennis shoes right now, aren't you? Well, yeah, I'm wearing these tennis shoes, but
some worn out New Balances. Man.
I gotta get some new sweatpants.
Those are some old Balances is what they are. Right?
The old Balances, right?
Some New Balances.
I mean, the point of eating healthy, I'm really, after I eat all the shit that I've already paid for, that's my plan. Is I'm gonna start eating healthy after that. You're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. You're going to destroy your body more so you can not spend the money that you're going to spend today. You're going to spend it next week.
I really would like to do a purge. I'm too frugal to do a purge, so I still have junk food.
So he's got that excuse, but his point, but you're quite not, even though like right now you're not quite still on the point of like hardcore in terms of dieting.
Right.
For you, like you're really focused on the exercise.
I'm very flexible in my dieting, but at the same time, as I am actively going to the gym every day. Maybe I'm only stopgapping the diet part of it, and I maybe I'll never go up again in weight. But as long as I stay where I'm at, that's probably better than going back to where I was. So if I'm going to backslide, then what was the point? The point of all the work and all the pain and all the suffering, getting up early in the morning, dealing with not being able to eat something that I really wanted to eat for a couple minutes of mouth pleasure. I sacrificed. I went to work and I was hungry all day, and I came home and I only ate a kale salad or something with some, sprinkle some water on it because you can't even have the dressing. Whatever the case is, if you're sacrificing everything, and this is like, oh, I diet 3 months out of the year, so I can take 2 pictures during the summer, and then after that, it's like, the point is it's Thanksgiving, I might as well eat like a pig. The point is it's Christmas, I might as well eat like the turkey. The point is it's you're planning for your winter weight before you actually get to winter. That's a problem.
I will pitch to you as well. Like, one of the other areas I hear this all the time is when dudes are telling me about how they can't marry the girl that they love or that they're engaged to until they get everything 100% right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we're going to get married, but we have to make sure that we spend $30,000 on the wedding first. What? What's the point? What's the goal? Is the goal to get married?
I would hope that goes away at some point.
I feel like you're missing the point. Oh, I really want to marry her, but I'm not going to marry her until I can buy her like a ring that's like $5,000 or $6,000. I think that's a good number. Like, I need to buy. What is the point of getting married? How much you spend on the ring? No, it is not. Yeah. And if you have somebody that you're dating that's so shallow that they don't like you unless you spend a certain amount of money on the ring, you ain't gonna keep them.
There's a reason, there's a percentage for divorce rates, and it happens most often because of money. So if any sort of money, and this is the worst thing that anyone would want to hear and no one will ever listen to, but if money is the object, then the person can't be part of it, because they are, in a sense, an object at that point. They're an investment, and you expect a return. When in fact, you're going to have down days. You're going to have stock turns like no other market on the planet. You will walk in one day and you'll think, you know what, today's the day that investment pays off. I get that dividend tomorrow. Wait a second, what happened? Why is she throwing all my stuff in the front yard? Didn't I buy this house? Why am I living in my car now? What happened? It happens to many people on a regular basis because they made the point to be married, to have the thing, to show off whatever they had. And the minute there's a downturn in their life,
it wasn't quality of the relationship.
They lost it.
Yep.
And it was not even short-sightedness. It was that the long-term goal was to just have it while it was available, and that can't be. There's nothing perfect about where we're sitting right now. It's a work in progress, but the point is to be comfortable, really, with the person I'm with, and to be happy that I get to have someone. So I made that the goal. And then surprisingly, once I had a kid, it was things just started to work out better because the goal then was to continue to provide for that child. And so I stopped worrying about when I was going to be ready for a kid and started thinking about how I'm going to keep the one I have alive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I guess I would add too, like, and the point of having kids is not to fulfill your fantasy about what your life was going to be if you could have done it differently, right? Like, the point of having kids is not to turn them into sports stars or to turn them into brainiacs or to turn them into spelling bee champions. That's not the point of having kids. The point of having kids is to have a relationship with somebody in this next generation.
Yeah.
That's the point of having kids. That's the outcome that you're looking for, is to create good humans. And if you lose sight of the creating good humans to beat them up over their failures to, hit the goals, you're losing sight of it.
whose goals?
Whose goals are they?
Yeah. Living vicariously through your children is oftentimes the biggest mistake you see on any sort of TLC programming.
Well, good deal.
The Learning Channel is less learning now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard for me to sit in judgment when my life isn't perfect, but at the same time, an outside perspective can oftentimes be more helpful than someone that's sitting in your same bubble trying to kid glove your emotions. Get over yourself first and look at why the people around you have a problem with you, I guess, because everybody knows it. When somebody's in a bad mood and they're like, is it me? Is it me? If you can't see that it might be you, or you're not even going to think that it might be you, then maybe it is you, for sure. Because oftentimes we're creating our own negativity fields. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll try to bring you some less depressing advice on the next one.
We appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.